Hi and welcome back to Garden Ninja. Today's video guide is another behind the scenes of one of my garden rescue gardens. And I've been getting some great feedback from you ninjas that it's really helpful seeing exactly why and how I've designed them the way I have. So without further ado, let's take a look at this next slice of garden design. Now this was actually a really tricky garden to design. And that's because it was a small plot, but it also had a big curve in the top right hand corner where that tree is. But the first thing I did was to split the garden into two, because it wasn't big enough for 3 zones, and the contributors also wanted something a bit more formal. So that first wooden pergola near the house is the formal zone, and it married up with the width of the patio doors that led out from the house, which is a really good tip. If you're going to have structures or patios, mirror them to the width of the windows, meaning that they fit in proportion with the house. Next to that was a raised bed that I'd planted some formal box balls and also a purple planting palette. The box balls are going in there, and there's also 2 little benches that are custom that connect to the pergola, so you can sit there, have a few drinks, and it's quite formal. There goes in the beautiful grey porcelain pavers that are really light to help bring a bit of light and space to the garden. In the back left corner there's a mirroring pergola, this time with slats above the roof and a pizza oven underneath. So you've got the formality near the house and then a repetition at the back of the house that's much more informal. I used 4 different trees in this garden. There was going to be a fastigiate birch, which is relatively slow growing and skinny, and then a couple of other small trees such as an acer and a bird cherry in multi-stem form. Beautiful trees for a small garden that will help disguise the back wall. As you can see now, all the herbaceous planting is going in, and I'd limited the colour palette to purples and blues so that both areas were consistent and cohesive with each other. We've got a small amount of lawn because the owner said they were going to get a dog in the future, and then I got a bit carried away, added a few pops of orange to that back informal border to help lift it, because orange is a direct contrast colour to blue and purple, meaning that bit's going to be lighter. The raised bed near the house is going to be made of timber, and look, another pop of colour, this time with those 2 blue focal point benches, which would draw you out of the house into the formal area before you started to explore the back left corner. The whole garden is linked with the beautiful grey porcelain pavers that creates a path network, whereas on the right hand side, when you walk up to the lawn, you can then take your shoes off and go barefoot before getting to the pizza oven. So it was a garden of 2 halves, and as you can see in a small space, sometimes it's best to do a couple of things really well than trying to do lots of things on a small scale. So hopefully you can see how that design worked and how I connected the 2 spaces of this small garden. Have you got gardening questions that you need answers for? Well, why not head over to the Garden Ninja forum on my blog, where you can ask me anything about gardens, plants and garden design. There's a whole army of other garden ninjas there that can help provide answers to your questions. It's a really great way to meet the other ninjas, so head over there now. So there we go, a behind the scenes look at one of my more recent garden rescue designs, hopefully giving you loads of tips and inspiration for your own gardens. If you've liked this video, please make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel, where there are hundreds of garden design, hints, tips and hacks to help you make your gardens awesome. If you've got garden questions, then make sure you head over to my website, gardenninja.co.uk, where there are thousands of guides and also a lively online forum where you can post your own questions. I've been Garden Ninja. Bye for now.